Whoa! Hello, everybody. Lucas Hanneman here. Welcome to this week's episode of Guitar Tone Tuesday with some Antonio Carlos Jobim right there, a tune called Desafinado, and a beautiful old guitar. It's not frequently on this show that we get to feature a vintage guitar, especially a desirable vintage guitar, but this is one right here. And for those of you who have been watching the channel forever, the real diehard Guitar Tone Tuesday friends, you guys know, I know who you are, you guys know who you are. You may recognize this guitar. I did a video back in 2019, I think, featuring this guitar. This is a guitar that belongs to a student/friend of mine, and he's had this guitar since he was 12 years old. I've been teaching him for quite a long time now, and he lent me this guitar back then, and he lent it to me again now. I'm doing some recording a couple things right now, which I'm excited to let you guys know about in the near future. And I thought it'd be really nice to have this guitar around to get a certain sound, because it does one thing really, really well. I shouldn't say just one thing. It does a few things really, really, really well, but it certainly has a distinctive character. This is a 1950, or that's what my research says, 1950 Gibson ES125. The student model guitar, believe it or not, from 1950. So this is, if you were a student of guitar back then, and if you wanted an electric guitar, this is what you got. This thing, if my research is correct, and if this thing is actually from 1950, then it predates the Telecaster. It predates the Broadcaster, right? I mean, this is right when the Broadcasters were coming out, I guess, 1950. Wow, that's pretty amazing. And this thing is all checked out. It just feels incredible. Back then, the nitrocellulose finishes that they were doing back then were different than a nitro now, I believe. This thing just feels so checked out, and the finish is sunken into the wood. Of course, it's very old, right? It's very, very old. But man, oh man, just listen to the sound of this guitar. It's a single dog ear P90, original to the guitar. And if I roll back the tone control just slightly, you get all that beautiful kind of Wes Montgomery. Like, it sounds like the record to me, like it sounds. Oh, it just makes me go crazy, the sound of this guitar. It's so cool. These guitars were made from 1941 until 1970. And the construction is quite simple. It's a fully hollow guitar with about 16 inches here at the lower bout, so nice and comfortable, not huge like some arch tops. As you can see, no cutaway in this era. We have two F-holes. We have the single dog ear P90, maple, poplar, maple construction, like a 335 would have, but again with no center block. Let's take a look. So we got sunburst finish up here at the top. We got black sides, black back, and the neck is a nice, hefty, but comfortable C-shaped neck. This is one thing that's very interesting. You know, the reissue Gibson guitars, they tend to put a lot of shoulder on these necks. So, you know, it's a lot to get your thumb over, especially with a thick neck. But this neck, I would say, it almost feels like a soft V very quickly into a C. That's kind of how it feels to me. I mean, it's really a C-shaped neck, but the shoulders are really cut down, which is what, which, you know, that makes it feel to me more like a soft V. So, if this neck could be on every guitar that I personally own, I would be happy because it just feels so good. It's very, 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 you know, comfortable. It's big, but it's comfortable. It's very, very nice. And Brazilian rosewood fretboard, boom, very nice. And this guitar has been Grover. These are Grovers of the era. So the story behind this specific guitar is that my student, he got this guitar when he was 12 years old in 1961, I believe he said. 1961. He went to a store on Bank Street in Ottawa, where I'm from, and they had this guitar for sale for $200, believe it or not, and he got it for $199. Or maybe I have that story wrong. Maybe it was $100 and he got it for $99. I'm not sure, but he told me that story a long time ago. But man, oh man, it's just so cool. And it just feels so great. You know, I'm not always like super, super into every vintage guitar I pick up because some of them are dogs. Some of them really aren't that good. But man, when you play a good one, it's just incredible, you know. So, of course, this guitar can do all that Wes Montgomery stuff like I love. You know, all that stuff. It feels great for playing ballads on, you know. It's really nice. Just beautiful, you know, for that kind of stuff. But also, it's a very good blues guitar. Like if I roll up the tone control, maybe roll back my volume, just to make sure I don't clip the mic, and you know, play kind of bluesier stuff. It's just awesome for this stuff, you know? I get lost in this guitar. It's just it's such a joy. It's such a joy to play it. It's such a joy to be borrowing it. It's such an honor to be, playing a guitar like this. I don't take it for granted whenever I do get to put my hands on a beautiful vintage guitar that plays great, that sounds great, that really, really feels good. And most importantly with this one, it has such a vibe, George Thorogood, fan of these guitars, and, does some amazing stuff with slide on these guitars as well. And overdrive. You know what? I'm gonna mic this thing up, this amp up directly, and I'm gonna play you guys out because I want you guys to really hear this thing properly, not just with the overhead mic. I'm gonna plug into this 1962 Fender Princeton non-reverb here, mic it up with this SM57 I've got here, and play you guys out. I'm just super excited to play this guitar. But I want you guys to let me know, have you guys ever spent time with an old Gibson archtop like this? And did it take you somewhere special like this one takes me? It does something different. It does something very unique. And I'm in love with this guitar. It's just a pleasure to have it for a little while. Thank you everybody for watching. Enjoy the playing clip, and we'll see you guys again next Tuesday. Bye-bye.